Okay, welcome back. This is part two of what I was talking about. In regards, we were talking a little bit about what my opinions are of the family. Um, like I said, be respectful for of the family right now. You can have your own opinions. Everybody is entitled to their own opinions. Again, he's innocent until proven guilty. We know what the charges are. We know what he was arrested for. Um, Now it's up to him. The ball is basically in his court and his lawyer's court. Homeland Security has enough evidence that they brought it to a grand jury. They indicted him. He was arrested. Now it's going to the trial. Um, and once his lawyers get to go through it and everything and make a call on whether or not they're going to want to play it out in court, or if they're going to tell him to take a plea deal, that'll all remain to be seen. Like I said in yesterday's video, my opinion is he will end up pleading it out, um, just because these charges are hard to win in court. Um, and when it comes down to it goes all the way to a seated jury in a courtroom, and you're presenting evidence. The evidence in this type of a case that he's going to be tried for, jurors do not like the subject matter. Um, it's a very, very, very hard case to win in court. That's why federal cases usually have a very, very high conviction rate. Um, so, do I think it's going to go all the way? No. I do think that he's going to stall it for as long as possible, but when it's all said and done, I think they're going to tell him plea it out. Um, One reason being is he will probably not face the max. I would highly doubt that he will face the maximum penalty of 20 years in prison. And the reason I say that is, one, he doesn't have a prior conviction. And they will go by whether or not Josh Duggar has any prior convictions for this particular subject matter. And he does not. He has allegations and has admitted to doing stuff in the past, but he was never arrested or tried for that. So that automatically means he has no record. Now, I've seen a lot of posts, a lot of questions regarding his sisters. Um, he has he has 18 siblings. Um, One has spoken out. She is married. She has her own kids. She has pretty much kind of distanced herself from the family with her husband. You know what? They're going to be fine because they're not reliant on the parents. Um, could the parents go broke? That's the other question that I see pop up. Chances are no, because chances are, if you know the father and you know the parents of, or the history of the Duggars, and you can, like you said, do a lot of research, you'll find a lot of information. I mean, a lot of information. Again, the father of Josh Duggar was the House of Representative in the state of Arkansas in the late 90s, very early 2000s. Chances are he knows a thing or two about law. He's not a lawyer, but he has worked with enough people in the House of Representatives that do know law. So, will he go broke? Probably not. Will he lose money because of this? Yes, that is very possible. These are very, very, very damning allegations against Josh Duggar. Um, it's like you said, it's incredibly, incredibly hard to bounce back from something of this nature, because it destroys whatever rep, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Not rep, reputation. Um, it's very damaging. A lot of people do not cannot come back from this because the stigma is going to always be there. Um, what else was I gonna get into? I'm trying to think of all my notes. Josh is still gonna be in jail for all of today. He has his bond hearing tomorrow at 10, or at 1 p.m. It's in the afternoon. It's not in the morning. Um, that will not be. He will. Chances are he will not appear live in a courtroom tomorrow. That will probably be a Zoom. Um, and again, that takes time. Um, when bond is requested, if he meets all of the criterias, um, he'll be released. Will he be released tomorrow? Um, that will remain to be seen because uh, there are several things that have to be done to satisfy the judge. And she, on Friday, when he initially appeared before her on Friday, she made it crystal clear that there were things that he can and cannot do. Um, I don't think she said everything for condition of bond, but there were some high points that she made that he has to follow. So whether or not he's able to get that done now, or if the balls start rolling tomorrow, he may be in for another week. Who knows? Um, Usually, in a regular jail, if there is bond, you go to the bonds court, or there's an area of courtrooms that have bond. You make the payment on whatever the bond is, and then you have to wait for the person in holding to be released. However, since she did say that he probably will have to be with third party um, person, he cannot be around minors. Um, that he's going to they need to be interviewed. Whether or not all of that took place this week will remain to be seen. All of that would have to happen before they release him, so we don't know. That's kind of on a hold. Could he plead this out as early as July? He could do that. A lot of it, I will be honest, a lot of whether or not he's going to do that or not will determine by how fast his defense attorney can go through all of the charges, all of the evidence, that kind of stuff. Some cases, and there is a YouTuber that it had all of that on her particular YouTube channel, that showed what the conviction rate is and how fast people plea. It could be anywhere from 1 month to 5-6 months to years. It depends. It depends if he's being stubborn and wants to fight this to the bitter end. He'll do that. If his attorneys are saying you would be stupid to do that, you need to plea this out, he'll do that. I don't think it's going to happen by July 2nd. I really don't think he's going to take a plea before the pretrial. He needs, right now, the way that it's set, he would have to have a decision if he decides to change from not guilty to guilty by July 2nd. But that's based on his trial starting on July 6th. And yesterday I did touch up on this and said that probably is not going to happen. And the reason that's not going to happen is the defense needs time to go through everything. They need to go through everything. That takes a lot of hours to do, depending on how much information they have, based on the fact that this dates back to 2019. There was a raid in 2020. He was arrested in 2021. So that's 3 years of potential evidence that they need to go through. That's a lot. He has 3 defense attorneys right now. Hopefully, the 3 know this kind of law. I kind of have gone through some law channels on YouTube, and some have said, these are lawyers that have gotten him out of other sticky situations. Will they be able to get him out of this one? It again, in my opinion, and this is my opinion, it's unlikely. Because, like I said, when the feds have a case against you, their conviction in rate is incredibly, the percentage is high. They just don't lose cases and don't charge people without having a significant portion of evidence. So that'll all come out once a trial takes place. Nobody's going to have access to that unless his lawyers are really bad lawyers and it gets leaked out. But I don't think that's going to happen because, one, they could lose their law licenses, and I do not think that would happen. No lawyer would do that, especially with these kind of charges that he's looking at. I touched on the family. If there's anything else you guys want to discuss or listen to me talk about, just post a question down below. Hit the subscribe button. It's somewhere over here. I would love to be able to go live. YouTube has it where you have to have 1,000 subscribers. I don't have that, so unfortunately I can't go live until I do. Most of that is for people that want to make money on YouTube. I have no interest in making money on YouTube. I don't really need money on YouTube. My channel is just kind of a fun, my own opinion, that kind of stuff. So I won't go live, but I will do these, and I will answer questions if you leave them for me. So thank you so much for tuning in. I know this is long. It's a changing, and it's very rapid. And again, be respectful of the family. You're all entitled to your own opinions. But don't be nasty right now. Let's see how this plays out. So thank you for joining me. Tune in. I'll pop in briefly tomorrow and let you all know what I know tomorrow.